So Sonic 3 came out this weekend, and it proves to be the biggest Sonic movie that they've done so far. While the previous two Sonic movies felt pretty low budget, in the second one there was some very obvious green screen moments here, this genuinely does feel like a big budget action type of film, except that it's obviously made for kids with the dialogue and whatnot. I like the addition of, Grandpa Robotnik and Shadow. I thought that they were some of the most interesting parts of this film. But with that being said, it's pretty disappointing to leave a Sonic movie with your least favorite part being Sonic. Because for me, that was the case here. I just found there to be nothing interesting going on with Sonic and his crew of characters. There just wasn't really any story there. They were just kind of the protagonist good guys, with the antagonists being far more interesting. Shadow's backstory, although pretty cliche, was really interesting, and Keanu Reeves being the voice of Shadow absolutely crushed it. The whole Grandpa Robotnik, regular Robotnik thing, awesome, really exciting just to watch the duo of Robotniks together. Jim Carrey acts so well here. Like, seriously, if you can appreciate one thing about the Sonic franchise, it is that they just let Jim Carrey cook, and here they let him cook more than ever, and it's so exciting. But every time it cut back to Sonic or Knuckles or Tails or anybody that was actually a protagonist in this film, I was like just waiting to go back to Shadow or Robotnik. There was just nothing interesting going on with those characters. They just felt very dry. Their dialogue was bad. Their chemistry was bad. They were unfunny, in my opinion. And I know that this is a movie made for kids, but at the end of the day, I think that this is also a film that is still trying to please older fans of Sonic. And for me, I wasn't really pleased in just the chemistry of those characters. I am now actually pretty excited for the fourth one, because in the post-credit scene they do tease a little dynamic change with the protagonist group of characters that could prove to be, just make that group a bit more interesting, which I think is exciting. But for this film, I just didn't really care for them. All I was really enjoying was Shadow and Robotniks, and luckily, this film gives you a lot of them. Unfortunately, that doesn't really come until the third act or so, when really it is mostly about them, with all the protagonists being kind of pushed to the back burner a little bit. And once that happens, like, it's just so good. Like, this movie just kills it with the third act. Like, honestly, I was kind of floored at certain moments. There's a huge action sequence, and it's amazing. And I was like, oh my god, this is what I wanted. This is what I'm here for, and I got that just after over an hour of slop was served to me beforehand. So yeah, we got to like the filet mignon, but we had to eat a lot of crap before that. So unfortunately, I am going to be giving this movie 2.5 stars, but there is a lot here to love. I think fans of Sonic will come out of this movie feeling really good, especially because it ends on such a high note. And I really do think that the high note that this film ends with is enough to stick with it for the first hour. Also, the post-credit scene, very exciting. I enjoyed myself there. And really, like, this is just a solid popcorn flick. If you're a parent, great movie to take your kid to, I think. I think that this is a fantastic family film. Though, it's hard because I also think Mufasa is really enjoyable, and that also came out this weekend, where I feel like that those are two similar demographics that are going to be competing. So yeah, I think that they would probably be equally as good for families. But if you have like more video game themed kids, kids that are really into that stuff, take them to Sonic. It's a no-brainer in that case. But with that being said, what about all of you? What did you think of Sonic 3? Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a discussion about it. I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care.